Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlanders or Bust. Woof, that's right, Wolfie. We are back in Farlanders or Bust. This is episode 534 of the series. And today, I want to thank you for being here to watch this episode of Farlanders or Bust. Because it's Thursday, November 26th, 2015. Over here in America, the United States of the America, it is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is today. Have we ever had like a Thanksgiving episode of Farlanders or Bust? Probably not, because I typically in the past have recorded and uploaded on the day the episode comes out, so I probably didn't. Being it would be a holiday, probably did not go through the trouble of frantically trying to record and render and upload a video before heading out for holiday shenanigans. So, happy Thanksgiving, I suppose. Doing good? Good. Yeah, I'm doing good. We've raised a little bit more than an additional $100 since the last episode of Farlanders or Bust for Child's Play charity. We are up to $9,738.70, 16% of the way to our $60,000 Season 6 goal. How many more times can I say the number 6? 16, Season 6, 60,000, November 26th, episode 530. No, there's no 6 in the episode number, but yeah. Thank you, everybody who continues to donate. Got a lot of good questions in here because I'm running out of questions. And I said, when you donate, you can ask questions. You can ask your questions, and I'll get to those questions in a future episode of Farlanders or Bust. See, for some reason, I turned into a 20s gangster right there for some reason. But yeah, farlandersorbust.com is where you can continue to donate to Child's Play charity, as we have been supporting for over 4 years now. And that would be much appreciated. You're helping get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world. And what a better time to do it than the holidays. Because some kids might be spending the holidays in a hospital. So you want to make sure that they've got something to do that reminds them that they are kids. And it helps them get better faster, as it has shown in studies. If they do have these toys, books, games, these childlike, I don't know, I'm kind of getting, I'm going a little bit off the tracks here, so let's rein it back in. But yeah, that's what Child's Play Charity does. Learn more at childsplaycharity.org. Woof. So, seen any new video series on YouTube lately? I'm saying this in the past future tense, because I'm recording this on Wednesday. But on Thursday, Thanksgiving, I have a video going up. It has gone up. I am once again playing Tomb Raider, the latest Tomb Raider game, The Rise of the Tomb Raider, on the Xbox One. It's a timed exclusive. I know at the end of playing the last Tomb Raider game, I said I wasn't going to play another Tomb Raider game, or at least I wouldn't buy a Tomb Raider game on release day. I'd always done that. Tomb Raider is a game that has kind of... I just told a story about it a few episodes ago, relating it to Let's Plays, and how in the first Tomb Raider game on the PlayStation 1 I was playing, and my little sister was watching me play, since it's a single-player game, you can't play, and the wolf jumped out and scared us both. And we laughed and we laughed. So that, and among other things, it makes it like the first of the quote-unquote next gen games that I ever played. So it holds a sentimental place in my video game history. So that's why I kind of hold it to a little bit higher, or a different standard, not even a higher standard, but just a different, probably nostalgic standard than other game series is. So I wasn't a fan of the reboot, the last game. It got great reviews, it got great sales, but as a classic Tomb Raider fan, it was not a Tomb Raider game. So I was a little bit grumpy about that, and some people really liked that part of the commentary. Other people took it a little bit too seriously and were deeply and gravely offended by my being too difficult on the game, and well, you should like the game, because certainly you should like an Uncharted game, and that's exactly what this is. Oh, jokes! But yeah, I've decided, since the game came out, since I have the Xbox One, first of all, if I obviously didn't have the Xbox One, I wasn't going to buy an Xbox One to get Tomb Raider. But since I've got the Xbox One, since I've only ever played Forza games on the Xbox One, might as well try Rise of the Tomb Raider. Had a little bit of a pre-order sale on Amazon that I decided to take advantage of for you guys, and decided to jump in and play. And so far, no spoilers. I've just recorded a little bit, a few episodes, but so far I'm noting a marked improvement, a marked increase in the actual rating of tombs in this Tomb Raider game. So that already is a little bit higher up on the marks, and there does seem to be less QuickTime events, although I'm still somewhat concerned about the overdependence on the leveling up mechanics, the skill learning mechanics, the crafting now. There's crafting mechanics and collecting of scraps and bonuses and whatever. That starts to get, I've always liked the original Tomb Raider games, due to their relative simplicity, in the actual gameplay mechanics, but it was like the puzzles and the worlds that were really the complex and very interesting part of the game. So we'll see. I mean, we're gonna play through it. It's a gorgeous looking game, obviously. Looks quite good indeed, and I just hope I continue on the upswing. And I'm consciously also, I concede the fact that perhaps grumpiness and cynicism is not the most attractive quality to have, particularly as a YouTuber, gamer, entertainer. It can be entertaining at times, but I could see how it could also be a little bit laborious. So I've kind of dialed that back a little bit, but the game still has to climb uphill to win me back over in the series. So, but it's also been doing, speaking of, like, it got good reviews of the reviews that I just kind of saw, but not very good in sales at all. People are saying it's because Fallout 4 came out on the same day. Maybe. I'm going to attribute it more to the timed exclusive business, because the PC and the PlayStation versions don't come out till 2016, which is insane. So basically, you've cut by 2/3 your potential audience. I know Microsoft probably paid a pretty penny to get the exclusive, but I really don't know of any situations where somebody, unless they already have a bunch of disposable income, at which point, why wouldn't they already have an Xbox? But I don't see any reason why anybody would. Well, since Tomb Raider is only available right now on the Xbox One, I'm going to have to go out and buy an Xbox One so that I can play Tomb Raider. I don't think that is going to happen, because the die-hard Tomb Raider fans are all angry that the last game wasn't a Tomb Raider game. So, you're not really tapping into any market there. It's pretty much a new series. But anyway, that's about, we'll talk about more of that. I actually wanted to talk about a lot of that in the Tomb Raider videos, but there's so much, like, it just throws you into the game, and, like, the story already begins, and you got to pay attention to the dialogue, so I didn't really get a chance to expand upon that further. So we're using Farlanders to expand. I'm going to explain to you, to expand upon my thoughts there as we continue. Whoa! Too late. I tried to stop myself, but it was too late. Oh, okay. Wolfie, I guess, didn't take any damage from that, but I did. Woof. Also, yesterday, we returned, finally, to our regularly scheduled Twitch Twusdays. For those of you who don't know, on Tuesday, I take a break from all things YouTube recordings and take pretty much a whole day, like 4 or 5 hours it's been, to live stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/CurtJMac, and we did that yesterday, and I think it went well. We just played a lot of Mindcrack and Did a lot of Minecraft bingo. Of course, we had the Farlanders bus lunch break, so appreciate everybody who hung out there and watched that and joined me for that. I also made a proposal to you all, and I'm going to introduce the proposal now to the YouTube audience. It's a little bit different, a little bit of a difference, and I'll kind of explain that. It'll make sense in a moment, but there's different audiences here, different perspectives, different priorities, different preferences, so I'm going to throw the same proposal at the YouTube Farlanders Bust audience. I mean, even the Farlanders Bust audience is a different audience than, say, the racing game audience, perhaps. There's overlap, obviously. It's a Venn diagram where there are many circles and there's some overlap, but it's always helpful to ask the individual circles what they think. What is this? Google Plus? Circles? What are you talking about? Speaking of Google Plus, when is it going to get the heck out of my YouTube? I thought that was a thing that was going to happen. YouTube! Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And whoa, creepersness. Creepersness indeedness. Let's continue on this. And proposalness. Basically, we all know that November, December is probably the peak time for business on YouTube. Ad revenue is up high due to the advertising for the holidays. So it's a good time. You'll probably see a lot more videos from a lot more of your favorite YouTubers around this time. But then again, after the holidays, January, February, March is really the flat line, the bottom out of that same thing, which is feast and famine type of situation there. So not necessarily spurred on that, but I'm also just wanting to try new things, test new waters. I was considering and proposing the possibility of Twitch Twusdays. Have been going well on a weekly basis, when I'm not sick anyway. What about like a live stream a day situation in either January or February? Not necessarily the same thing as Co has been doing. Co in the evenings has been doing a stream a day for the past like 2 years. I'm not going for any records or anything like that. It might have to be weekends are especially iffy for me as far as streaming, even recording and doing any sort of thing like that. So it might be like stream a day Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday or something. And certainly not 5-hour endeavors, perhaps, a couple hours a day. So I'm thinking of doing like a stream a day situation in January and or February. But, I just wanted to get people's opinions on that. I don't know that I would be getting any negative opinions about it, to be honest. But it's just still something I'm thinking of. It would be a little bit of a change of my kind of priorities. But it seems like it would probably be a good time to do that sort of thing. Because I still want to make content. And it's just a way to be more interactive, I suppose. People are inside, specifically in the more temperate climates when you're snowed in or whatever, and spending time inside. So that seems like a better thing to do. But also, I just want to see if that's a potential avenue for expansion of the Kurt J. Mac universe. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a stream a day thing. I proposed to the Twitch thing. And again, that's why I propose it to the people watching my Twitch Tuesday. Obviously, they're going to love it because they're already there watching on Twitch. So Twitch is obviously a thing they're sold on. So now I'm kind of proposing it to you alls here on YouTube. So yeah, that's why there's a different, obviously they're going to love that, but let's see what you guys think. I did propose, maybe I should make it, I should include an additional Patreon milestone to say, if we reach this amount, then I'll do the stream a day thing. That wasn't as well received, which I understand. There's a little bit of a disconnect there. The stuff on Patreon seems to affect more of the YouTube stuff by removing ads, by podcast editions of Farlanders or Bust, stuff like that. Even though one of the milestones was a stream a week on Patreon. So I don't think I'll be doing the Patreon thing, but people have very much, again, Twitch people, Twitch followers, Twitch watchers, are very much interested in, okay, if not that, maybe we do subscriber stuff on Twitch. Get a sub box and emotes. Sub box? A sub button and emotes on Twitch. I've, for a long time, not really been sold on that as a creator, but the demand is high, so perhaps that's the way to kind of fill that gap, and see how that goes. So maybe that. But yeah, it would, and this is the reason I'm now posing it to you YouTube watchers, which again, there's overlap. It would reduce the amount of YouTube videos I'd be uploading. Right now, I'm minimally trying to stick to at least 2 videos a day. Sometimes there's 3, depending on collabs or other long-term series I've got running or whatever. But it would impact, and I'd still try to keep at least 1 video a day on YouTube when I was doing the stream a day stuff. Perhaps some YouTube series would then start to be happening on Twitch. You know, something like Eidolon I've mentioned before, or I don't know. Racing games are always tough to do on Twitch, but maybe Forza, maybe like console games, or maybe it would just give us a chance to try out a whole bunch of new stuff. So yeah, it would impact the amount of videos out on YouTube, but yeah, sequential stuff, ongoing series like Farlanders or Bust obviously would be a priority. That would still be doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, even throughout whatever month a stream a day thing would happen. Your Formula Ones, the Tomb Raider game would still be things going up on YouTube, but it would just be less total videos, I suppose, that would go up on YouTube. So yeah, that's just an idea I had. And I'm looking forward to trying it out to see if that would happen. So I just wanted to propose that to you alls to see if you have any responses in the comments below. That would be helpful or whatever. But like I said, I'm not really foreseeing anybody being like, no, that's a terrible idea. You know, so I think it's kind of more just a little bit of a taste, an hors d'oeuvre, an idea to plant a seed in your head to kind of start to think, oh, maybe Kurt's going to do a stream a day situation at the beginning of next year. So yeah, that is how that cookie has crumbled. And I think it's time that we get to some donor questions. I suppose this is kind of along the same lines here a little bit. An anonymous donor has asked, will you still be doing a FLoBathon this season, even if you don't meet its goal? Well, the season, as it has worked, will simply continue until we reach the goal. That's why Season 3 of Farlanders or Bust was quite long indeed. So was Season 4 was kind of. No, the Season 3 was super long. That was the miscalculation on my part. But yeah, we generally won't hold a FLoBathon until we reach our goal. We notice it's we're up to 16%, and all the donations that have come in have been very generous, and they continually, there's a nice steady stream, but perhaps at the current pace it would mean that we'd be careful, Wolfie. Oh, that was a double hit, double fall, double entendre. What? That was a double damage situation there. Got him back up to health. So yeah, I think I haven't done the math, but I think at the current pace, that means we would be having Season 6 for quite a while. But, maybe, if I do the stream a day thing, maybe one of those days would be dedicated to Farlanders or Bust. If I would so be inclined, and then we can get more donations that way. Wolfie, I'm not even going that way yet, you goob. I can't. I want this to fall, but it will not. All right, Wolfie, don't stand underneath there, please. Are you clear? Yes, I think, yes. Good gravy. Good gravy. I think it's the block offset is really screwing me up. Yeah, because the block is offset in the other direction. What are you doing, you screw noodle? I can't. There we go. Here we go. Woo! That was probably not worth it. Careful, Wolfie! Good gravy! Stop it! Alright, well, those aren't really big falls, so he hasn't been taking that much damage, but jeez. Jeez, I say, you noodle. What was I saying? So yeah, I mean, we might do that. Or I did mention, okay, maybe like just every year around March is the anniversary of Farlanders or Bust starting. March or June even. June, maybe. we can have a FLoBathon, regardless of whether or not we've reached the goal. But then we set during the FLoBathon the goal to reach the goal, and then once we reach the goal, the charity goal during the FLoBathon, we press F3. And if we don't reach the goal during the FLoBathon, then we don't press F3. You know, maybe that should be more of the goal. Not necessarily the FLoBathon isn't the goal, but the F3 is the goal. I mean, we still got plenty of time. We're just, you know, it hasn't even been 6 months, I don't think. No, it hasn't, since we started this season of Farlanders or Bust. So, you know, at least yearly these seasons will happen, and we'll just have to see if we need to do one thing or the other to maybe spur on a little bit more donations. I'll certainly not be turning around and walking east to spur donations, because that pull-on collar of shirt, that didn't pan out as I intended to either. So, but yeah, thanks for that question. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's, like I said, long ways away. We got a whole bunch of other stuff to continue to do. I mean, it wouldn't be very exciting if we press F3 all the time and the number just goes up very slowly. We got to have huge incremental giant gains, mad gains, getting swole here in Farlanders or Bust with our westward travel. Let's see. Yeah, right here's kind of a little bit of a hidden place, but it'll do. Boop, boop. I say boop! And bop. Alright, let's do that, go to sleep, and continue in the morning with some more questions from donors to Child's Play Charity. And awakeness. Right, Wolfie? Let's feed you another thing, because you're really in the mood to take damage today. This question from Chris. What car do you drive, and have you ever worked on a car? I currently am in possession, I've mentioned before, and you've seen if you follow my... Oh, that's another thing I gotta do. I've still got all this footage from the drive I took to Sedona of my the action camera. But, yeah, if you've watched my vlog channel, you'll note that I have a 2015, Subaru XV Cross Track. Recently got. Brand new. It's the first car I ever bought on my own, is what I drive. And I still am in possession of the 2004 Chevrolet Cavalier two-door car that I had previous to that. Yeah, so those are the cars I seldom drive. And have you ever worked on a car? Not. There are various degrees of working on a car. I'm not a huge gearhead, and I don't know why. I know why, but I don't think it's necessary. I feel like you can like cars, you can like driving, you can be kind of into cars, a car enthusiast, without also... It's a Venn diagram. There's car enthusiast, there's gearhead, people who like doing mechanic stuff, working on cars, repairing cars, restoring cars. There's a lot of overlap there, but you can be on one side or the other, and I'm certainly on further... I guess we can just walk around this way and take the land. We don't have to make a boat. I feel like I'm certainly more on the spectrum of car enthusiast, appreciator, driving appreciator, enthusiast, more so than the mechanic side of things. So, I mean, like, I've... You know, the previous car that I owned was a 91 Cavalier, and that was purchased very used. It was my first car at the end of high school, and, you know, that one, I've had help from my dad, and it needed an alternator replaced. It needed, the rear shock rusted through the wheel well. The shock mount it's just like attached to the wheel well, and the wheel well rusted out, and that popped through, which is always fun. We had to have that fixed by somebody else. Did, you know, metal work and a weld job on that, so I didn't do that. What else happened to that car? I mean, like, replace a battery, stuff like that, but no real major... You know, I've never been under a car. I've never... Which is kind of what... It's a little bit have a hesitation situation when I am very interested in owning a fun car, a classic car. Hi, guy. Hi. Hi. Ooh, I can see right through. Gotta go. Don't shoot me. Don't you dare shoot me. Wolfie will murder ya. You stink. So yeah, it's a little bit of a hesitation of mine when I'm like, ooh, I really do like these old, you know, early 70s Chevy Novas, or, you know, I'm Cone Dodger has gotten me interested in the old Z cars, the Datsun 240, 260, 280Z cars, which seem very cool, and at least here in Arizona, quite a few exist without having been rusted back into the earth. So that always seems just like an interesting car. Or maybe I should get a more recent, you know, that makes me want to, well, you know, that'd be nice and everything, but you'd either have to spend a lot of money on a really nice example of one, which I don't have, or, you know, you get one that needs some work. You know, I don't know if I want to get around to changing or replacing suspension components and, you know, engine internals, stuff like that kind of frightens me a little bit. Which is why I'm like, well, maybe I should get a more recent fun car, you know, like a used BRZ, or a used, you know, Audi TT, or, you know, something that I can be like, okay, something is broken, I can take it to somewhere that can still actually work on it for me. So I don't know, but then again, I'm also, well, that would be a good thing, you know, you get a cheap old car. You know, maybe you don't worry about spending top dollar for one that's completely rust-free. Maybe it's got a little bit of problems or patina, and that's the car. That's the car that you learn how to work on stuff. I don't know. It's a toss-up. I mean, right now my budget doesn't even allow for it, so I shouldn't even think about it. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's kind of, if you're looking at the car person spectrum, that kind of is what describes what I'm all about. Indeed. Whoa! Hey there! That is a dark and magical pit of bottomless destiny now, isn't it? You stay there. Ooh, it's a double dark. I see cobblestone down there, but I think that's from the lava mixing with the water. God, that cow scared me. It's a double dark and magical pit of bottomed out destiny, but that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat indeed. Let's look at another question. Hey, get on up. I forgot how to walk in Farlanders Bust. It's the block offset. Really gotta be careful. There's a lot of craters and potholes in these here lands. Xavier Penguin once again coming through with the donation. If a movie was made in your life, what genre would it be? Who would play you? If you can't think of anybody other than Jason Statham, that would be fine. Who would play best supporting actor or actress? And how do they intertwine with you in this hypothetical movie? I think this is a roundabout way to ask me about personal relationships. Shh. It's okay. Who would play me? I don't think Jason Statham would play me, because I am not that cool. Who's like a tall, perhaps clumsy, lanky actor? Benedict Cumberbatch? Cumberbatch? He has too much hair. And I'd wonder what he would look like with a giant beard. Maybe, I don't know that many actors. I'm just trying to think who. I I could say, like, Tom Hardy's got the wily weird beard sometimes going on, but he's too manly to be me. I don't know. This question, excuse me, has been asked before, and I'm always kind of stuck on who would play me. What genre would it be? Probably a boring one. Comedy. I'd probably like it to be a comedy. I don't know. Perhaps it can go. Woo! Whoa! I almost knocked you off the edge of this cliff here, Wolfie. Yeah, that is a cliff. That's neat. I like that thing. I actually feel like trying to find my way over there, because this is just getting higher and higher up here. You know, it'd be nice if I could, like, predict the future. It's a sci-fi thing where Kurt finally gets to go into space. John Cusack, maybe? Maybe that's, like, the older version of me. So... yeah, I don't know. Where did that go? What was the rest of that question? Who would play best supporting actor? Look at all that coal up there. That's pretty high up for some coal to show up. I guess coal can show up anywhere, but... it's the Tower of Coal. The Tower of Uncompressed Diamonds. How about... yeah, let's get a thumbnail out of this here, Wolfie. Thumbnails. Oh, perfect. That's a neat... That's neat. Before the clouds roll in. All right. Best supporting actor. Like, who are my friends that could be played by people? I honestly don't know. Ben Stiller as B00-100. No. I don't know, to be honest. Best supporting actress? But we're winning Oscars already. Supporting actress? Can I just, like, choose my own preferences? How about who's that with the... with the what? How about Liv Tyler? Or... who was in that movie? What's her name? Marion Colitar? It's French. I can't speak French, so certainly it's not going to be a French language movie. Natalie Portman? Can you tell? There's a type. So I don't know. That's a weird question. Let's go with sci-fi comedy, and that to be directed by sci-fi comedy, as directed by Jack Black. In his directorial debut. Sit, Wolfie. Oh, you there? Hey, there we go. There we go. I feel like I've broken through to the other side here. This is going to be a very... not very secure hidey hole, it would seem. Did I? Oh, I do. I do! Let's actually make sure we have the full 2 blocks of protection here. There we go. For those of you who don't know, in this version of the game, the mobs, you can fall asleep to your heart's desire, but if there is the potential, if within 2 blocks of your bed it is dark enough and there is space enough for a mob to spawn, regardless of whether or not a mob is spawning, it will wake you up and spawn a mob. Ooh, that's a little bit scary. Spawn a mob next to your bed. That's happened, I think, just twice here in Farlanders, where we've made a bed and slept in it, and there's been a cave nearby where we did not know there was one. And then, boom, zombie right next to you, or skeleton. Oh, that was the other time it happened on episode 500 or something, when I made that... speaking of spoilers, when I made that house, the little cabin on top of the hill, and I apparently placed the bed wrong, and stuff started to spawn. Remember that? The good old days, 34 episodes ago. But yeah, I hope everybody, if you do celebrate the Thanksgiving, have a good Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Please don't go out shopping tomorrow. No, just don't. Everything's on the internet now. The internet! You can just do that and enjoy, sit in, stay in, and watch some Tomb Raider or other favorite Kurt J. Mac videos. And I think we'll all be happier for it. You don't need more stuff, really. It's not that great of a deal. Whatever it is you were thinking of getting, no, it's not that great of a deal. No, just don't try to rationalize it. It's not a tradition. It's not just for fun. Just don't. Just stay inside, please. And thank you so much for watching episode 534 of Farlanders Bust. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. No, that's a terrible idea.